What's up, everybody? Your boy Pat back again with another edition of Second Take, where I talk tech and I speak sports. Today's topic of the day is Michael Jordan's best 5 seasons in the NBA.
This is a Heat Rocks production.
Now, before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell, as it helps out the channel. Now, Michael Jordan's best 5 seasons in the NBA. Let's start at number 5. The 1991-1992 season is number 5 in my list of greatest seasons by Michael Jordan. He averaged 30.1 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game, 5.8 assists per game, on 51.9% field goal percentage. He recorded a PER of 27.7 and a win share percentage of 17.7, which were both tops in the league that year. In the playoffs, he would average 34.5 points per game, 6.2 rebounds per game, 5.8 assists per game on 50% field goal percentage. He would also record 759 points in the playoffs, his most ever. This year is also the Portland game, or most people know as the Shrug game, in which Michael Jordan would hit 6 3-pointers in the first half of Game 1 of the NBA Finals and record an NBA record 35 points in the first half. Also during this season, Michael Jordan would be an NBA champ, a regular season MVP, a finals MVP. He would win a scoring title. He would be an all-star. He would be an all-NBA first teamer, an all-NBA defensive first teamer, and to cap it off, an Olympic gold medalist as part of the Dream Team. Getting into number 4. In 1988/1989, Michael Jordan would average 32.5 points per game, 8 rebounds a game, and 8 assists a game on 53.8 field goal percentage. He would go on to have a 31.1 PER and a win share of 19, both were tops in the NBA. For the playoffs, he would average 34.8 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 7.6 assists per game on 51% shooting from the field. Jordan would also lead the league in scoring that year while being part of an all-NBA first team, an all-NBA defensive team, and an all-star. Coming in at number 3 on Michael Jordan's best seasons of his career is the 1990/1991 season. In this season, Michael Jordan would average 31.5 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 5.5 assists per game, 2.7 steals per game, while shooting 53.9% from the field, a career best. He would also go on to have a 31.6 PER and a win share of 20.3. During the playoffs, he would average 31.1 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game, 8.4 assists per game, while shooting 52.4 from the field. He would go on to capture his first NBA title, his 5th scoring title in a row. He would be the league MVP. He would be the league finals MVP. He would be an all-star, and he would be a member of an all-NBA team and an all-NBA defensive team. Michael Jordan's second greatest season in the NBA is the 1995/1996 season. Michael Jordan would average 30.4 points per game, 6.6 rebounds per game, 4.8 assists on 50% shooting. During the playoffs, he would average 30.7 points per game, 4.9 rebounds, 4.1 assists on 46% shooting. He would go on to win the first title of his second three-peat, his fourth title overall, while leading the Bulls to a then record 72-10. This all while being his first season back full-time on the Bulls since trying his hand at baseball. He would also capture the regular season MVP as well as the finals MVP, win a scoring title for the 8th year, be an all-star, be an all-NBA player first team, be an all-NBA defensive player first team. And finally, Michael Jordan's best NBA season for his career, the 1987/1988 season. In this season, Michael Jordan would average 35 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game, 5.9 assists per game, 3.2 steals per game, and 1.6 blocks per game. During the playoffs, he would average 36.3 points per game, 7.1 rebounds per game, 4.7 assists per game, and 2.4 steals per game on a career best 53% from the field during the playoffs. Michael Jordan would become the second player ever to record 200 steals and 100 blocks in a season. In fact, he did it the other time as well. This would be the second season he did it in a row, the only player ever in NBA history to do it up to that point. He would get a 31.7 PER that season and a 21.2 win share that season, both career highs. He would also have a BPM or a box plus minus of 9.2, which would be his career high. For reference, an average player in the NBA is 2.0. That's for a good starter. He would also have a defensive box per minute of 4.2, which would be the best by a non-center in NBA history. He would go on to capture his first league MVP in a league dominated right in the middle of the Larry Bird Magic Johnson regime. He would become an all-star. He would win the dunk contest. He would win the scoring title, and he would win Defensive Player of the Year. He is the only player ever in NBA history to accomplish winning a scoring title and a Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. And to top it all off, Michael Jordan would record the first ever and only ever back-to-back 50-point games in consecutive games in the playoffs versus the Cleveland Cavaliers in Games 1 and Games 2. And finally, he would be an All-NBA first teamer and an All-NBA defensive team first teamer. Shout out to everybody rocking me on Instagram, YouTube, the Anchor app. You can also find me on Spotify, as well as Apple and Google Podcasts. It's your boy Pat. Peace. Catch you in the next one.